Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Oneika, and if you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. I recently did a 2020 recap video, and I thought why not sit down and do my 2021 goals along with a few tips on how to make 2021 your best year. In order to have the best year possible, you need to be able to reflect on 2020. I know not a lot of people want to reflect on 2020 just because of how horrible it was, but you have to remember that we are in a new year, and being in the new year phase, you are mapping out your year and how you want it to go. So this is very important. So if you sit down and you just reflect on things like, what were my 2020 goals? Did I achieve them? Why didn't I achieve them? Were they too high? Were they too low? Were there life-changing events that just really changed my perspective throughout the year? Once you reflected on 2020, it is important that you set your 2021 goals. Just because now that you've reflected, you know what you should do, what you shouldn't do. And I do want to point out that you should not give into that stereotypical norm where you only have to set goals at the beginning of the year. Don't do that, because as you go throughout the year, you're at different points in your life and you realize that there are different goals that you want to achieve, and that's okay. You don't have to set it at the beginning of the year. But speaking of goals, there are different ways that you can separate your goals. I know people do internal and external goals. People do short-term and long-term, or sometimes they categorize them into work, school, personal life, YouTube, I don't know, something like that, social media. There are just different ways that you can think about your goals. I do think it's very important to create a vision board. I will be going into a lot more details. So I know it's very common that a vision board is associated with manifesting. And if you are into manifesting, I do think that now is the time to start scripting or just manifesting the life that you want in 2021. I personally am not into manifestation just because I have not done enough research for me to actually do it, but I have watched a few YouTube videos and a documentary, and I will be linking everything down below if that's something that you're interested in. The most important thing about going into the new year is to have a healthy mindset. And I know after the year that we've just had, it's very hard to even think positively about the new year, but I am very hopeful about 2021. I've come into this new year with a positive mindset because I know I said I'm not a firm believer in manifestation, but I am a firm believer in believing that whatever you put out will come back to you. And if you are being very negative, you will attract a lot of negativity. And if you are very positive, you will just be surrounded by a lot of things. If you are struggling to develop a healthy mindset based on the year that we just had, I do recommend that you read books about healthy mindsets, healthy lifestyles, and healthy habits. I received this book in quarantine. This is the Change Your Habits, Change Your Life by Tom Corley. And we all know quarantine was very, very rough. And this book did help me out. I actually ended up practicing one of the habits in here, which is daily planning. I did a research paper based on this book. Not just the book, but the concept of the book, of how healthy habits create millionaires. And I did also read 4 other books. So I'm going to link those down below, and you can check it out if you want to, along with a few recommendations that I've heard other YouTubers talk about. Work on my content. I do have number specific goals for my content, but I won't be sharing that just because there are people out there that do give the evil eye, and yeah, no. But I want to expand the growth for my content, like my YouTube channel, my podcast, and my Instagram. I want to work on my poetry book. Many of y'all don't know this, but I started writing a poetry book my sophomore year of high school, and I haven't written in it since junior year. Yeah, I haven't written it since junior year. I do want to eventually get it published. Hopefully I will, but that is something that I really want to work on. I've been very stumped on poems, and I don't know what I want to put in there. I'm just very stumped. So hopefully writer's block will be gone soon. I do want to journal more. This is currently my journal. How cute. It's pink with black lettering, and I recently bought this in July, and the last time that I bought it in July, and then I forgot to bring it with me to school. So the last time that I had written in it was November, but trust me, I've been very active with it. I've tried to incorporate a new schedule of journaling every Friday just to talk about the highs and the lows of my week. I want to get a job or an internship. That would be very nice. I did have that on my goals list last year, to get a job. And obviously we were hit by a pandemic. That couldn't happen. We were stuck. This is another one that was on my goals list last year, and that is to limit my screen time. I want to read 10 books. And I know y'all probably like, girl. If you're a bookworm, you're probably like, girl, that's nothing compared to what I read. And if you're not, you're probably like, you gonna read 10 books? Yes, I am gonna try to read 10 books. Alright, the next thing on my list is to explore. And mind you, I made this goals list in November 2020. I have no idea what I mean by this, but I think that by explore more, I meant to live more, and that's the context that I'm gonna take it in, and take more chances. I also had this one on my list last year, to take more chances. It's just something that I want to keep pushing. I want to go out of my boundaries. I want to try new styles. I want to reach out more. It's a bad habit that I don't reply to text messages or phone calls, which is really, really bad, because sometimes I just don't want to talk. But this is one of the most important goals that I'm gonna achieve this year, to reach out more to my family, my friends, just to check up, make sure that they're doing okay. I want to practice affirmation. I feel like when you practice affirmations, you feel so good about yourself. You feel so confident. You feel so powerful. And that is the type of energy that we need in 2021. I want to learn a new skill. I'm not sure what I want to learn yet. Okay, this one, I'm not really sure if it may happen or not, but I want to travel. And I don't want you to think I'm being selfish by saying that I want to travel even though we're still in a pandemic. I know, like the new year is here, but the pandemic is still here. The pandemic didn't just go away because we're in a new year. This one, I want to develop time management skills. 2020 just proved to me that my time management skills they weren't it. I really thought they were top tier, but they're not. Okay, this one is expand content. I feel like I already said this, but I think I said expand content growth. Expand growth for content. But this, I want to become a well-rounded content creator. I don't want to just have content on Instagram, YouTube. What else? Oh, my podcast. I want to become well-rounded. I want to have an array of content available. 2020, for me personally, has just proved that I want to just get closer to God, and that is something that I will be working on all 2021. I got a prayer journal. Look how cute it is. I want to be more sustainable, and by sustainable I mean I want to, like, instead of me using plastic Ziploc bags, I can use reusable Ziploc bags. Instead of me using the cotton rounds all the time, I can use reusable ones. Or I can just use cloth bags. Oh yeah, speaking of cloth bags for the groceries, where do y'all find the big cloth bags at? Because the only ones that I've seen are like this big. My last goal is to take better care of my feet. For all y'all weirdos out there, I'm not gonna show my feet, but when I say take care, I mean, our feet are the most neglected, for me, is the most neglected part of my body. Now we've gotten to the part of the video with the vision board, the most exciting part of the video. This year, I actually ended up creating my vision board digitally. I ended up creating it on the computer. Because previous years before I have created it physically. It's just too much work to cut it out, and with it being on the computer, it's just something that I will see every day because I am a student. I'm a content creator. I will be on my computer all the time. A vision board is just basically a collage of pictures that will inspire and motivate you to achieve the dreams that you want to. I created my vision board by going on to Pinterest to search for pictures. And a picture of aesthetic tea popped up right there. And so I ended up creating it on Canva. I know a lot of people use those PowerPoint apps to do it, but I just use Canva because I have an account with Canva. And I just searched up desktop wallpaper. Then I went over to Pinterest and I copied the image and just pasted. And that was basically it. It was very simple, very easy. At one point though, I was going through Pinterest and I did not see the type of pictures that I wanted to see. And that's why I ended up going to We Heart It. We Heart It is basically another version of Pinterest. You just go on there and they have very aesthetically pleasing pictures on here. It's just so cute. Again, I just ended up copying and pasting it into Canva and I created it. And this is what my vision board looks like. Unfortunately, that's all your girl has got for you today. Let me know what your goals are for 2021. I mean, if you don't want to share, that's okay. You know, not like I shared mine or anything. But, or maybe let me know if you're going to create a vision board or not, or you're going to try manifestation, or you're going to read the books that I'm linking. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.